What happens when you build these items? Someone requested this, and honestly, I was a bit hesitant since it lacks some penetration, but let's give it a try and see how it performs in solo RG. Now look at this. Our jungler went a bit too deep trying to invade the enemy jungle and got taken down. Luckily, we managed to eliminate their jungler too. However, their Vexana begins to snowball from that skirmish, and they've got a Silvanna roamer who thinks he can confidently stand right in front of the king. And by the way, they've also got a gold lane Benedetta who really knows how to maximize her mobility. So at this point, we focused on preventing their mage from snowballing any further. Yes, we tried our best to balance out our teammates' mistakes. However, it was already too late. Our gold laner and jungler were really struggling in the mid game, and we ended up with barely any towers left. So here's a tip. If you're choosing to pick a marksman in your draft, make sure you don't play too aggressively or try to match the enemy fighters during the early to mid game. Just like what happened here, the enemy had a fighter heavy lineup, but my teammates kept forcing early team fights even though our draft was meant to scale in the late game. So you need to choose your fights wisely, or you'll end up in situations like this. Look, my teammates are now afraid to play aggressively in the late game, but as Minsitthar, trust me, don't be afraid. Just focus on your positioning, and that's how you can make miracles in the game. And this build can easily melt squishy enemies like their mage. However, I still don't recommend it because you'll struggle to take down tanky opponents. I personally still prefer using the king who doesn't need to choose which heroes to burst, so I'll stick with the Trinity build in solo ranked games.